Jensen Ackles is probably best known for playing Dean Winchester on the series Supernatural, but playing this heroic character for 15 years also somehow helped him embody his completely different role as Soldier Boy on the hit show The Boys. This is Jensen's first TV role since ending his long run on CW's Supernatural, and he joins the cast of The Boys for season 3. However, he's had plenty of other Hollywood roles while starring on Supernatural too, and a long run in the industry since he was just a child. So if you want to know more about Jensen Ackles, his descent into Hollywood, and more about his life, then stay tuned because we'll get into all of that and more here for you on Famous Life. Jensen Ross Ackles was born on March 1, 1978, in Dallas, Texas, to mother Donna Joan and father Alan Ackles, his dad being an actor himself. Jensen grew up in Richardson, Texas for the most part with his older brother Joshua and a younger sister named Mackenzie. Jensen went to Dartmouth Elementary School, then Apollo Junior High, and then to Lloyd V. Berkner High School. And while here, he played on the baseball and lacrosse teams and was quite the athlete. He still considers himself a sports junkie and loves football, baseball, basketball, and lacrosse. Despite that, Jensen first started modeling when he was only 2, and when he turned 4, he already began appearing in TV commercials for brands like Nabisco, Radio Shack, and Walmart. Even when he was young, he knew he loved acting because his father was already an actor in Dallas and had a major influence on him. Jensen used to watch his father study scripts, which also taught him some things about the entertainment industry. During Jensen's later years in high school was when he began to take theater classes, and according to him, he was the only jock in that department. Around the same time or just before this, one of his friends had asked him to attend a local acting class too. Two guys, Craig Wargo and an agent Michael Enfield, were already interested in Jensen's talent and asked him to go to LA with them. At the time, he had to say no and thought that they would forget about him. But eventually, when Jensen did make it out to Los Angeles after high school, he got their help still. Before that, his plan was to study sports medicine at Texas Tech University and to become a physical therapist. But ultimately, after graduating high school in 1996, he decided to move to LA to give acting a try professionally. Already in 1996, Jensen secured guest roles on a handful of TV shows, including Wishbone, Sweet Valley High, and Mr. Rhodes, and then came his big break. A year later, in 1997, he joined the cast of the hit NBC soap opera Days of Our Lives as Eric Breedy, a role which earned Jensen the 1998 Soap Opera Digest Award for Best Male Newcomer and was nominated 3 more times in the following years, even being nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award in 2000. After spending 3 years on Days of Our Lives, Jensen left the cast and went on to appear in the miniseries Blonde in 2001 based on the life of Marilyn Monroe. Next, Jensen secured a guest role on the popular James Cameron TV series Dark Angel as the serial killer Ben X5493, who was the brother of the main character played by Jessica Alba. While his character died in this episode, he returned to the show as a regular in the second season as Ben's good clone, Alec, X5494, which he continued until the show ended in 2002. Jensen worked steadily throughout 2003. One major role that year was when he joined the cast of the WB hit show Dawson's Creek for its final season, playing CJ, Jen Lindley's lover. He also filmed episodes of the TV show Still Life, playing the role of Max Morgan, not even knowing that the show had been dropped. Jensen returned to Vancouver in 2004, which was where Dark Angel was filmed, to become a regular on Smallville as the assistant football coach Jason Teague. His character was also the new love interest for Lana Lang, played by Kristen Krug. In 2005, he got a lead role in the movie Devourer, in which his father, Alan Ackles, also had a role playing the father of his character, Jake Gray, so they had a chance to work alongside each other. That same year, Jensen joined the cast of the hit horror action series Supernatural, where he starred as one of the 2 main characters, Dean Winchester. In the show, Dean and his brother Sam Winchester, played by Jared Padalecki, drive through the US hunting paranormal predators and fighting demons and angels, also sometimes being joined by their father, portrayed by Jeffrey Dean Jensen Morgan. It was reported that the creator of the series, Eric Kripke, who's also the showrunner behind The Boys, mentioned Supernatural would last a maximum of 5 seasons. Well, the series would end after 15 seasons instead, making Supernatural the longest-running North American sci-fi series in history. In 2006, Jensen starred as Priestley in the independent comedy 10-Inch Hero, which hit the film circuit early next year, and he received praise for his comedic timing in the role. In 2009, the film was released on DVD exclusively by Blockbuster Home Video. Jensen also appeared on stage in early June 2007 in A Few Good Men at Fort Worth, Texas, alongside Lou Diamond Phillips. This also proved to be another successful acting venture for him because not only was Jensen well received and praised, it was also his professional theater debut. In summer 2008, Jensen traveled to Pennsylvania to film the remake of the cult horror film My Bloody Valentine, where he played the lead role of Tom Hanniger, and it opened nationwide on January 19, 2009. During 2010, Jensen did some voice work, including some for the DC Universe animated original movies. Not to mention, after years of performing at conventions, he also released his first original song as a professional singer, titled Sounds of Someday, which is the first track from his debut album. In 2020, it was announced that Jensen would join the cast of the hit Amazon Prime Video series The Boys for its 3rd season as Ben, aka Soldier Boy. This is his first TV role since ending his long run on Supernatural, but his role as Dean did help him in certain ways to embody his new role as Soldier Boy, despite the characters being completely different. Well, The Boys isn't completely unrelated to Supernatural because it was developed for TV by Eric Kripke, the creator of Supernatural and who ran that show for the first 5 seasons. A few other Supernatural alumni had also been hired by Eric for roles on The Boys too. While Jensen's character on The Boys is in many ways the polar opposite of Dean Winchester. Dean was a hero, but Soldier Boy is a total villain, and a sexist, rude one, and unpleasant one too. However, the contrast helps Jensen to be able to show off his acting chops in new ways after 15 years playing Dean. He did, however, play villains momentarily on Supernatural a few times, like when he was Demon Dean in alternate universe Michael in the later seasons. Demon Dean could even be an inspiration for elements of Jensen's character of Soldier Boy, embodying exaggerations of traits he shares with Demon Dean, like the carefree attitude to violence, playing with others' emotions, and notably in their attitudes towards women. Well, Jensen seems to be exciting fans with his role of Soldier Boy on The Boys and is already an epic addition to the cast. Not to mention his first ever scene he shot for The Boys was a nude scene. When asked about this, Jensen said jokingly, "I'm not necessarily a modest person by any means, but I do remember walking onto the set and let's just say that I felt the need to stare at the ceiling more than I've ever felt in my life. Avoid eye contact, just don't look down and you might get through this day." Well, I don't blame him, he was only wearing a sock. Also recently, Jensen formed Chaos Machine Productions alongside his wife Danielle with a deal with Warner Brothers Television, and it seems he isn't done with the Supernatural world yet either. In 2021, it was revealed that the couple was developing a Supernatural prequel spin-off titled The Winchesters, about young John and Mary Winchester, Sam and Dean's parents, where Jensen would serve as narrator, reprising his role as Dean in a voiceover. The show was picked up to series in May 2022. Also in 2022, Jensen guest starred on the ABC drama Big Sky and the 2nd season finale as temporary Sheriff Bo Arlen. Now Jensen is said to return as a series regular for the show's 3rd season. So aside from Jensen Ackles' much talked about new role on The Boys as Soldier Boy, the talented actor clearly isn't going anywhere anytime soon and has a bunch of other on-screen projects in the works for us. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Famous Life and leave a comment for who you'd like us to feature next.